In nature, lions' approach doesn't begin with sound, but with an almost imperceptible silence. On the savanna, the edge of the forest, or by the water's edge, even the slightest movement can instantly close the gap, where explosive speed and space vanish before the opponent can react. It is in those fleeting moments that instinct, timing, and spatial control decide everything, but who truly holds the upper hand? Lions are animals that live primarily in the vast grasslands and savannas of Africa. They often congregate near water sources and many herbivores to facilitate hunting. Unlike most other big cats, lions live in prides. Their open habitat allows them to easily observe, move, and defend their territory. Lions possess highly developed hunting instincts. They often coordinate with each other to approach prey stealthily before attacking. Female lions handle most of the hunting, while male lions play a role in protecting the pride and territory, thanks to their strength, agility, and teamwork abilities. Lions are one of the most formidable predators in nature. In the murky rivers and swamps of Africa, Nile crocodiles survive by hiding in the mud and warm water, where they can lie motionless for hours, waiting for the right moment, concentrating densely in areas like Lake Victoria. And it is this environment that helps them maintain their advantage underwater. But that advantage is no longer absolute. At that moment, the threat emerged. Along the riverbank, a lion had been observing the crocodile feeding, maintaining a safe distance before suddenly lunging forward, attempting to seize the food before its opponent could react, drawing the struggle away from the water. On dry land, the constant pressure prevented the crocodile from holding its position, forcing it to retreat toward the water. After a brief struggle, retreat became its only option, leaving the food under the lion's control. If the environment changes, so does the advantage. The ability to control space determines the outcome, and in such situations, the side maintaining a favorable position will gain the upper hand at the decisive moment. In the sparse forests and scrublands of sub-Saharan Africa, African wild dogs constantly move across vast territories, potentially up to 500 to 1,000 kilometers, to maintain pack hunting operations. Their close coordination helps them survive. But prolonged movement can also cause an individual to slow down and become separated from the group. At the edge of the forest, the lone lion silently stalked the stray wild dog, positioning itself strategically before suddenly surging forward in a short burst, cornering its target in a frantic chase, relentlessly pressuring the wild dog and causing it to lose its balance and disorientation. The distance was eliminated. The direct and decisive approach prevented the target from rejoining the pack, and it was quickly subdued at the point of impact. The pack of wild dogs turned back but lacked the strength to intervene, and the confrontation ended when the predator retreated. Once the overall movement rhythm is disrupted, coordination becomes ineffective, and in such situations, the advantage will shift towards the side that controls the distance and maintains pressure at the right moment. Spanning a wide variety of African terrains, hyenas primarily inhabit the vast savannas of Africa, such as the Serengeti and Masai Mara. They are also found in semi-arid areas, forest edges, and near rivers and lakes, where antelopes, zebras, and small mammals are abundant. This environment allows them to observe, move nimbly, and hunt effectively in packs. At the edge of the grassland, the lion, hidden in the low bushes, remained silent and observed. When it saw a hyena slow down and stray from the group, it immediately changed direction with the wind, closing the distance before accelerating rapidly, creating a swift approach that caused the entire pack to scatter in panic. Once the pack was broken up, with one hyena unable to turn back, the lion maintained its momentum and approached decisively. The struggle was brief, and the advantage quickly shifted to the lion. The outcome decided at the point of impact by weight and position. The confrontation ended, revealing a clear weakness in the disrupted coordination. The pack's rhythm was no longer synchronized. Their ability to support each other diminished, and within seconds, the advantage shifted to the one controlling the pace. Unlike many big cats, leopards are widely distributed across Africa, from savannas and woodlands to rocky areas and even near villages, where they can hunt silently with little risk of detection. An adult is agile and patient, able to track a target for minutes before acting. And this adaptation helps them survive, but also means they frequently face larger predators. And this time, that danger appeared. A lion emerged from the distance on the savanna, lowering its center of gravity and advancing steadily. Upon noticing the leopard was alert but not yet out of position, it suddenly accelerated, leaping out of the grass and closing the distance. The moment the space narrowed, the initial impact caused the leopard to lose its balance. It tried to turn and escape, but the lion maintained constant pressure and quickly gained the upper hand. The outcome was decided in favor of the lion when its agility was no longer enough to create distance. The outcome quickly became clear. The leopard needed space to control the situation, while the lion maintained constant pressure. Once the pace was controlled, the advantage shifted to the one who maintained the initiative. On the vast grasslands of East Africa, such as the Serengeti, cheetahs live in savanna and semi-desert environments, where there are few tall trees to maintain visibility and low bushes for cover. An adult weighing around 90 to 140 pounds often climbs termite mounds to observe from a distance, then chooses the moment to sprint at speeds of 70 miles per hour. This open space shapes their hunting and survival methods. The sunlight streamed across the golden savanna. A lion, unexpectedly spotting a cheetah's movement at close range, lowered its body, countered the wind, and instantly accelerated, closing in quickly and forcing the cheetah to react abruptly and change direction to escape. But the distance was too close to gain an advantage. Before the cheetah could fully utilize its speed, the lion maintained its momentum and closed in decisively. The collision occurred within a few breaths, and the advantage quickly shifted to the lion. The outcome was decided by weight and position, not speed. In nature, distance and timing determine everything. A cheetah needs space to run, while a lion only needs to be close enough to finish it off. And when conditions change, the outcome changes too. Not because one is stronger, but because one is in the right place at the right time. In arid lands where daytime temperatures can exceed 45 degrees Celsius, oryx lives on sandy and rocky terrain with very few large trees and virtually no water source. An adult can survive without drinking directly by absorbing moisture from plants and minimizing loss. And this ability helps it adapt to the harsh environment. That balance didn't last long. The lion tracked the oryx from a distance and chose the opportune moment to approach. It took advantage of the low terrain and then suddenly accelerated, forcing its opponent into a short chase on dry ground, where every step was met with pressure and offered no opportunity to change direction. In an instant, the attack was direct and precise. The oryx had no time to create distance and lost control of its movement. The outcome was predetermined, demonstrating that when the pace is controlled, the initial advantage is no longer enough to turn the tide. These confrontations reveal a consistent characteristic. Lions don't rely on speed or size alone, but on their ability to choose the right moment, control distance, and maintain pressure at the right time. As the environment changes, the advantage shifts, and even a small deviation in timing can reverse the situation. In nature, the outcome doesn't belong to the strongest, but to the one who maintains precision in the decisive moment. Beneath the burning African sun, where the heat spreads across the land, there is no room for hesitation. Here, every creature must fight to survive, and at the top stands the lion, an uncompromising ruler. They strike with the precision of a strategist and the strength of a warrior. Every encounter, whether against hyenas, leopards, buffalo, or warthogs, is a display of speed and raw power. In those decisive moments, every step forward and every lunge can mean life or death. These are the battles where the lion dominates and brings its opponent down. As the first light of dawn sweeps across the grasslands, the deep, resonant call of a lion echoes through the still air. This is the moment, the ocean in head-on clashes. Lions mainly inhabit open grasslands and semi-desert regions where the clear terrain allows them to spot prey from hundreds of yards away. A pride usually consists of 10 to more than 20 members. The lionesses handle most of the hunting, while males focus on defending the territory and driving away intruders. When hunting, lions can reach speeds close to 50 miles per hour, but only for short bursts, usually no more than 200 yards. Their strategy is to approach silently and close the gap to within 30 to 50 yards before launching the attack. Their diet includes hoofed animals such as antelope, buffalo, and zebra. But in times of scarcity, they will also target smaller prey. Their social structure, cooperative hunting skills, and fierce territorial defense are key to maintaining their place at the top of the food chain. Lions play a vital role in regulating prey populations and maintaining the balance of their ecosystem. The leopard Panthera pardus is smaller than the lion, but renowned for its muscular strength and agility. Adults weigh between 66 and 176 pounds and measure 4.25 to 6.25 feet long, excluding the tail. Leopards live solitary lives, hunting both day and night, using stealth and explosive speed. One of their signature traits is the ability to haul prey twice their body weight up into trees to protect it from scavengers. When lion and leopard territories overlap, conflicts can arise. Lions, with their size and power, often attack to steal kills or eliminate competition. A mature male lion may detect a leopard from a distance using its sharp eyesight and keen sense of smell, then approach slowly to apply psychological pressure. Sensing danger, the leopard will try to retreat into the trees or hide in dense vegetation. If surprised at close range, it must rely on bursts of speed and agility to escape. Often, leopards abandon their kills rather than risk injury in a direct fight. Such encounters highlight nature's harsh rule. The stronger predator dominates not only in strength but also in controlling access to food and territory. The blue wildebeest, cheetahs taurinus, is one of Africa's largest antelope species, famous for mass migrations numbering in the thousands. Adults weigh between 260 and 600 pounds and measure 5 to 8 feet long, excluding the tail. They travel in large herds, constantly searching for fresh grass and water, often alongside zebras and other grazers. Migration season is prime hunting time for lions, as the wildebeest must pass through their territories. Lions often ambush near water holes or narrow terrain where prey is forced to pass. Lionesses, the main hunters, hide in tall grass and close in to within 50 yards before charging. The strategy is to cause chaos in the herd, forcing them to scatter so a weak, young, or old individual can be separated. Once isolated, 1 or 2 lions block its escape route while others close in from behind. With strength and coordination, the lions bring the prey down, though wildebeest can fight back fiercely with stamina and curved horns. These hunts combine speed, tactics, and persistence, reflecting a hunting instinct honed over generations. Each successful kill is the product of careful calculation and flawless teamwork. The spotted hyena crocuta is a pack-hunting carnivore with a clearly defined social structure led by females. A clan can range from just a few individuals to more than 80. Adults weigh between 100 and 190 pounds and measure 4 to 5 feet long, excluding the tail. Their bite force is among the strongest in the mammal world, capable of crushing large bones to reach the marrow inside. Hyenas often hunt in groups and sometimes steal kills from other predators through sheer numbers. Confrontations between lions and hyenas are common. When a group of hyenas spots a lone lion, they will slowly close in, growling and attempting to encircle it. Conversely, if a lion encounters a hyena separated from its clan, it will approach cautiously before suddenly accelerating once within a few dozen yards. These encounters usually end quickly if the hyena receives no backup. In large-scale clashes, both species use the power of their groups. Male lions rely on their size and muscle strength to break through, while hyenas attack from multiple angles. The outcome often depends on how quickly reinforcements arrive and how well each side maintains formation. Such battles show that on the savannah, both individual strength and group coordination are essential for survival. The African warthog is a tough, grass-eating, burrowing animal, recognized by its large head, sharp curved tusks, and sturdy frame. Adults weigh 110 to 330 pounds, stand 2.3 to 3.3 feet tall at the shoulder, and measure 3 to 5 feet long. Warthogs live in small groups, usually one female with her young, and forage mainly in the early morning or late afternoon. When threatened, they bolt straight for their burrows, heads low, tusks forward, ready to fight if cornered. When a lion spots a warthog, the hunt often begins suddenly and ends quickly. Lionesses, being swifter and less conspicuous than males, usually take the lead, concealed in short grass. The lion inches closer until within 30 yards, then bursts forward with full force. Warthogs rarely flee in a straight line. Instead, they zigzag at speed, sometimes charging with tusks to throw the predator off. But with persistence and experience, the lion often cuts off its path to the burrow, overpowering it with sheer muscle. Eventually, the warthog falls. This duel is a contest of patience and precision for the hunter, and reflex and grit for the hunted. In the wild, a single moment of hesitation can decide the outcome. The African buffalo, Syncerus kaffir, is one of the most dangerous prey animals for lions. Adults can weigh between 1,100 and 1,980 pounds and measure 5 to 11 feet long. They travel in large herds, sometimes in the hundreds, especially during seasonal migrations in search of water and fresh grazing grounds. During the dry, hot months, the scarcity of food and water forces both lions and buffalo closer together. Lions often target buffalo at waterholes where herds gather. Hunting buffalo requires precise teamwork. Lionesses usually lead the approach, focusing on calves, the elderly, or the injured. Male lions provide the muscle to subdue the massive prey. These hunts unfold like fast-paced battles, with some lions distracting and harassing the herd to break their formation, isolating a target. Once an opportunity arises, the rest of the pride rushes in to overwhelm it. However, buffalo are formidable opponents. The herd quickly regroups, launching counterattacks with their powerful horns to drive the lions away. These encounters showcase the high-risk, high-reward nature of hunting buffalo. For lions, survival depends on success, and for buffalo, survival depends on unity. The African wild dog Lycaon pictus is a highly social predator, renowned for its exceptional cooperative hunting skills. Packs typically range from 6 to 20 individuals, operating with remarkable organization. Adults weigh 40 to 70 pounds and measure 3 to 4 feet long, excluding the tail. Known for their incredible stamina, they can maintain speeds of 35 miles per hour over long distances, greatly increasing their hunting success rate. When they encounter lions, the balance shifts heavily. Lions see wild dogs as competitors for food and sometimes attack them preemptively. A single adult lion, male or female, can close in quickly, using its size and strength to overpower them. In such situations, wild dogs usually retreat in an organized manner to preserve their numbers. If caught off guard or blocked, the pack will work together, each member holding position, using speed and agility to escape. Sometimes lions appear suddenly while wild dogs are feeding, forcing the entire pack to abandon their meal. If a straggler falls behind during travel, the lion will target it, prompting the pack to circle back in defense. In some cases, wild dogs deliberately move to split the lion's focus, creating an escape path for weaker members. These encounters are often brief, but they serve as a clear reminder that even the most efficient hunters must yield to a stronger force. Across the great grasslands of North America, though their relatives live mostly in Africa, the image of the spotted hyena is etched into the minds of anyone who studies the art of survival. Stocky yet agile, an adult can weigh up to 140 pounds. With powerful forequarters and sloping backs that give them their distinctive build. Their jaws are among the strongest in the animal kingdom, generating a bite force of over 1,000 pounds per square inch, enough to crush the hardest bones. Hyenas are not solitary animals. They live in complex social groups called clans, sometimes numbering over 80 members. In each clan, everyone knows their place. A strict hierarchy ruled by females determines who eats first and who risks themselves in the hunt. This matriarchal system is rare among large predators and shapes every part of their lives. Their hearing can detect sounds from miles away, and their sharp sense of smell can pick up the faintest scent of prey or rival. Though often labeled scavengers, research shows that in many areas they hunt most of their own food. Their hunting strategy relies on endurance, cooperation, and timing rather than sheer speed. In the rhythm of the wild, hyenas are both opportunists and strategists. They adapt to changing conditions, read the land like an open book, and survive where others fall. Here, survival is not a matter of luck. It is the reward for knowing the earth, the wind, and the silent rules of the open plains. Rhinos, weighing over 2,000 pounds with skin nearly 2 inches thick, are among the toughest animals in the savanna. Their sharp horns are both weapons and symbols of power. Usually solitary or in small groups, they graze quietly in the sun. But when threatened, they can be fiercely aggressive. When a hyena clan spots a young rhino separated from its mother, the hunting instinct awakens. They close in slowly, forming a tightening arc. The mother stands in front, muscles tense, breath snorting through flared nostrils. The standoff becomes a test of stamina and resolve. In the wild, hunters do not always win. Sometimes, survival is not about striking. First, it is about defending without breaking. Wildebeest, weighing between 260 and 600 pounds and standing about 4.5 feet tall at the shoulder, migrate seasonally across vast grasslands. They travel in large herds, covering hundreds of miles each year in search of food and water. They can reach speeds of 40 miles per hour, but endurance is their true defense against predators. When a hyena clan spots a group separated from the main herd, the plan is set. They form a wide arc, each keeping equal distance, running while calling to stay coordinated. Their goal is to single out the weakest or youngest. The chase begins. Hyenas do not sprint at full speed right away. They take turns chasing, wearing the prey down. Constant pressure drains the wildebeest's strength. Only when the perfect moment comes do the hyenas tighten the circle and make the kill. This is the power of teamwork, patience, coordination, and reading the situation turn disadvantages in size and speed into strategic advantage. Step by step, they prove that real strength in nature lies not just in muscle, but in unity and intelligence. African wild dogs are relentless hunters, working in packs of 10 to 20. Their speed, coordination, and hunting skills make them dangerous opponents for any predator. On a hot day, a hyena clan has just taken down an antelope and begun to feed. In the distance, barking grows louder. The wild dogs appear, moving as one. They do not attack right away, they surround, pressing from all sides. The hyenas growl, defending their prize, but the dogs' numbers are overwhelming. Wave after wave of close approaches force the hyenas to give ground. Within moments, they abandon the kill to avoid injury. On the savannah, the strong win food but also know when to walk away. Today, the hyenas lose, but tomorrow, they will hunt again. The North American bison, or buffalo, is a moving wall of muscle, weighing up to 2,000 pounds and running over 35 miles per hour. They travel in large herds, always alert to danger. Slow as they may seem, when threatened, they become charging steel. On a misty morning, a hyena clan spots an old buffalo trailing behind. They split into smaller groups, surrounding the target. The sound of distant hooves mixes with the wind, creating tense anticipation. The hyenas move constantly, changing direction to confuse and exhaust the buffalo. It fights back with powerful horn thrusts, but its strength fades. Patiently, the clan closes in. When the moment comes, they strike as one. Dust rises, and the hunt ends. Silence returns. Nature's balance is kept. The weak give way to the strong and the adaptable. Leopards, weighing between 66 and 176 pounds and standing 2 to 2.5 feet tall at the shoulder, are masters of stealth and solitary hunting. They rely on climbing skills and explosive speed to bring down prey. After a kill, they often drag it into a tree to keep it safe from thieves. But sometimes the prey is too heavy or the timing wrong, forcing them to feed on the ground, and that is when hyenas appear. A group of hyenas picks up the scent of fresh meat from afar. They approach cautiously, watching the leopard crouched low and alert. Loud calls summon more clan members. One by one they arrive, forming a closing ring. The leopard growls, guarding its kill. The hyenas do not rush in. They circle, applying psychological pressure. A bold hyena lunges forward, forcing the leopard to leap back. In that moment, the others seize the kill and drag it away. Within minutes, the advantage is all theirs. Numbers and constant harassment leave the leopard no choice but to retreat to safety in the trees. The feast now belongs to the hyenas, reaffirming their role as top opportunistic predators of the plains. Lions, the second largest big cats on the planet, can weigh between 270 and over 500 pounds and stand up to 4 feet tall at the shoulder. Known for their muscular strength, precise strikes, and ability to overpower opponents in one-on-one fights, a lone lion is an imposing sight. But in the wild, even the strongest can become the hunted. When a lion wanders into a hyena clan's hunting grounds, the situation changes fast. Hyenas do not attack immediately. They circle, calling loudly to summon reinforcements. One by one, they arrive, surrounding and applying pressure. The lion turns to follow each movement, staying alert, but overwhelming numbers and coordinated tactics steadily close the defensive gaps. This clash is not just muscle versus numbers. It is proof of a timeless law of nature. Persistence and unity can bring down even the mightiest. When the lion retreats, the hyenas take over, securing their dominance and control over the land. The grizzly bear, a symbol of raw strength, does not wander the forest for leisure. It hunts, it claims, and it rules every frozen stretch of land from Alaska to Yellowstone. Weighing close to 1,000 pounds and capable of sprinting at 35 miles per hour, the grizzly is a living explosion of muscle in the wild. More than a hunter, it is also a patient stalker that can detect prey from more than a mile away with its powerful sense of smell. Before striking with speed and precision, but hunting is never solitary. The sound of a kill can draw wolves, scavengers, or even other bears, turning every meal into a fight for survival. The grizzly's territory can reach up to 600 square miles. It marks its domain with claw marks, scent, and silent presence. When conflict erupts, they rise on hind legs, roar, and charge. At Yellowstone alone, up to 40 encounters happen each year, nearly a third ending with injuries. The grizzly does not wait for sympathy. It fights, survives, and dominates with the same wild instinct that gave birth to it. When salmon return to spawn, North American streams turn into rushing highways of life. Thousands leap against currents and waterfalls. For the grizzly, it is a brief but rich season. No need for long pursuits. The bear chooses the perfect spot. Shallow rapids or waterfall edges. Standing still, it locks eyes on the water. When a salmon leaps, the bear strikes. Masters can snatch fish mid-air, precise to the inch. Younger bears learn by watching, failing many times before their first catch. Yet with patience and instinct, skill comes. This hunt is not about strength. It is about timing, position, and the ability to read nature's rhythm. The patient feast, the hasty go hungry. When migration begins, thousands of caribou move across icy plains, yet not all keep pace. The young, the weak, and the injured fall behind, and that is when the grizzly emerges. The bear does not rely on speed. It does not need to outrun caribou. It relies on memory of land, wind, and trails. It positions itself ahead, cutting angles and trailing with patience. Every step is calculated. The wind carries the scent, the terrain provides cover, and patience pushes the caribou toward exhaustion. The bear waits, letting the prey run itself down. When the legs tremble with fatigue and breath turns to gasps, the bear surges forward, blocks escape, and strikes. This is not a race of speed, but endurance. Survival belongs to the one who can last longer. For the grizzly, each hunt is not only instinct but deep knowledge of migration cycles, prey behavior, and the limits of strength. after the mating season. Male elk often become exhausted and isolated, weakened by fierce competition. They lose strength and alertness, making them easier prey. The grizzly does not rush. It waits. Using the wind, it locates the elk without needing sight. Its keen nose follows every trace left on damp grass and rotting logs. It uses terrain as an ally, crouching behind ridges and closing in silently, not to strike immediately, but to pressure the elk into constant movement until exhaustion takes hold. The bear does not chase endlessly. It lets the elk wear itself down. When the elk's legs falter and its breath becomes ragged, the bear unleashes its decisive strike, heavy, precise, and final. Not every hunt succeeds. Elk are swift, able to bound across slopes and weave through forests. Yet when patience, wind, and terrain align, the grizzly becomes the shadow elk cannot outrun. This is more than hunting. It is strategy, patience, and mastery of the forest's every rhythm. In the vast wilderness, where survival is constant struggle, the mother bear is not only a hunter, but a shield, defending her cubs at any cost. When cubs are only months old, they are slow and completely dependent. Threats surround them: male bears, wolves, even rivals of their own kind. One wrong move could mean death, but the mother does not allow it. When a stranger appears, especially a male seeking territory or attempting to kill the cubs to force mating, the mother does the unthinkable. She charges into a fight she's unlikely to win. Not larger, not stronger, but armed with a weapon, the male lacks protective instinct. She rises tall, roars, and throws her full weight into defense. Her strikes are not warnings, but declarations. The clash often ends in minutes, sometimes with retreat, sometimes with wounds. But the message is always clear. In the wild, no maternal bond is weak. The tiger, the largest cat on Earth, is the embodiment of agility, power, and lethal precision. A Siberian tiger can weigh 700 pounds, stretch 10 feet long, and sprint over 35 miles per hour, with its muscled frame, sharp teeth, and piercing eyes. It chooses the perfect moment for a fatal strike. But when it meets a grizzly weighing nearly 1,000 pounds with crushing bite force and unyielding endurance, the balance shifts unpredictably. The bear does not seek out the tiger. But when both converge on a carcass or stumble across each other, conflict becomes inevitable. The first roar is not a threat, but a warning. Both know that a real fight drains more than it gains. Yet when the distance vanishes, instinct takes over. The tiger strikes fast for the throat. The bear counters with weight and claws. The clash lasts only seconds, but seconds decide supremacy. This is not merely muscle against muscle. It is instinct against instinct, experience against experience, where every breath can determine who remains standing. The gray wolf, one of North America's most intelligent predators, never hunts alone. Wolves are born hunters, thriving through pack coordination and strategy. A pack can surround its prey, split its forces, and finish with speed and teamwork. When they find a lone grizzly near a carcass, instinct pushes them closer, but not every hunt is simple. A grizzly weighing nearly 1,000 pounds with a bite force of 975 pounds per square inch is no prey to underestimate. As the silver shadows circle, the bear rises tall. It does not step back. A low growl and an unflinching stare silence the forest. The clash is not loud. It is not the first strike, but the unshaken stand that decides wolves may be many, but the bear stands like a wall of living power. Every step forward is blocked with a wordless signal. Don't try. Eventually, the wolves retreat, not from fear, but from the knowledge of the cost of a mistake. No blood spilled, no chase needed. The bear reclaims its meal through presence alone. In the wild, victory does not always come from attack. Some battles are won simply by standing firm until the other side yields. The cheetah is a big cat built for speed. Weighing between 77 and 143 pounds and standing about 30 inches at the shoulder, it is much lighter than other big cats. Its slender body, long legs, flexible spine, and semi-retractable claws allow it to grip the ground and accelerate from 0 to 60 miles per hour in just a few seconds. Unlike lions or leopards, the cheetah does not rely on brute strength to bring prey down. Its large nasal passages take in oxygen efficiently, and its adrenal glands release bursts of energy for short chases. But top speed can only be held for 20 to 30 seconds before body temperature rises dangerously high. They usually live in open grasslands with wide views and few obstacles. Cheetahs hunt mostly by day, relying on sharp vision. A hunt begins with stalking low in the grass, then exploding forward to close the distance in seconds. Speed does not protect them from danger. Cubs are threatened by lions, hyenas, and leopards, and mothers must balance hunting with keeping them safe. Constant movement, feeding, and protecting young are essential parts of their lives. Cheetahs prove that survival is not only about strength. Their existence depends on extreme specialization, but also carries limits set by physiology and environment. The impala is one of the most common antelopes of the plains. Living in large herds from dozens to hundreds, they are highly organized and quick to react. A single sound can send the whole group sprinting away. Success rates can reach 60% against impalas depending on timing, wind direction, and terrain. An adult cheetah needs 5.5 to 7.7 pounds of meat daily, roughly equal to one small impala. The sight is unforgettable as the cheetah bursts across the grassland while the impala zigzags in desperation. Every stride is the result of millions of years of evolution, not to win a race, but to live another day. Hyenas are tough predators found in nearly every African ecosystem. They live in clans of 10 to over 30 individuals with sharp communication and teamwork, making them both hunters and skilled thieves. Cheetahs hunt alone, which makes it hard to defend kills when hyenas arrive. Most of the time, they are forced to retreat rather than risk injury. In rare cases, 2 or 3 cheetahs may join forces to push back a lone hyena or save part of a meal. The contest is not about speed versus power, but about survival strategies. Hyenas win with stamina and teamwork. Cheetahs depend on speed and precision. But when one must spend all its energy to hunt, and the other only waits to steal, the imbalance is clear. This shows that speed gives cheetahs brief victories, but persistence and organization give hyenas long-term advantage. It is survival without a fixed formula where only the best adapted endure. Not all threats come from outside. Within their own species, cheetahs face rivalry over territory and mating rights. Adult males compete for access to rich hunting grounds or the chance to mate with females. These contests rarely end in destruction. Displays like raised fur, circling, and growls often settle the matter. Usually the weaker male withdraws to save energy, but when evenly matched fights can escalate into physical clashes. Territory is more than land. It is survival. Prime hunting grounds mean more food and better breeding chances. Losers are pushed to the margins with fewer resources, lowering lifespan and reproduction. This proves that the wild is harsh, not only because of outside predators, but also because of constant pressure within the species itself. Even if not always deadly, each conflict tests adaptability and survival skills in a world of scarce resources. Baby cheetahs are almost completely defenseless when they are born. They depend entirely on their mother for everything from nursing to protection from predators. A coat of pale gray fur helps them blend into the grass and lowers the chances of being spotted. At this stage, any absence of the mother can be a serious risk to their survival. As they grow, their first lessons come through observation. They learn to stalk, to approach small prey such as birds or lizards. Every failed chase and every counterattack from prey becomes part of the experience they need for survival later on. This learning continues until a young cheetah can hunt on its own, a process that is anything but easy. When they reach maturity and leave their mother, many males form small groups often made up of brothers to hunt more effectively. These coalitions increase their ability to defend kills, reduce the risk of losing prey to competitors, and give them a strategic advantage in choosing targets. Females, however, do not follow this pattern. They usually live and hunt alone. Adulthood is the stage when a cheetah perfects its skills and understands its own limits. It learns to balance speed, risk, and caution. A single mistake can cost not only a meal, but also cause injuries that are difficult to recover from. For cheetahs, survival is not only about instinct, but also about a lifelong process of learning from birth until their final days in the wild. The wildebeest is a classic grazer of the African plains, living in herds of hundreds. This collective lifestyle creates a moving wall of protection. The weak, the young, or the isolated become prime targets. Cheetahs rarely take on the whole herd. They wait for the moment one breaks away, then strike. The attack is short and explosive, using speed to close in rather than chase for long. But speed alone is not enough. Timing is everything, because even a second's delay lets the wildebeest escape. Sometimes cheetahs hunt in small groups to improve their odds, yet even then, success is only about 40%. Each chase shows how difficult survival is, where every burst of energy is a gamble. The real lesson lies not in speed, but in the balance of timing, strategy, and environment. For wildebeest, strength lies in unity. For cheetahs, survival demands precision where mistakes cost precious energy. Lions are the rulers of the grasslands, weighing 260 to 420 pounds, nearly 3 times heavier than cheetahs. They are not only strong, but also social, controlling prime hunting grounds full of prey and shade. Cheetahs avoid direct confrontation. Most encounters happen after a cheetah has made a kill, only to lose it to a lion. This common behavior in nature is known as kleptoparasitism, the act of stealing food. With overwhelming strength, lions drive cheetahs away with ease. To survive, cheetahs retreat to the edges of lion territory, where there are fewer lions but harsher conditions, less shade, less prey, and more danger. Even as the fastest animal on land, the cheetah remains vulnerable. The meaning of these clashes is not about victory or defeat, but ecological contrast. Cheetahs are quick but solitary. Lions are slower but united and dominant. Nature reminds us that speed alone does not secure dominance. It is only one tool in the struggle for survival. These confrontations demonstrate that lions rely not only on size or speed, but also on their ability to choose the right moment, control distance, and maintain pressure at the right time. As the environment changes, the advantage shifts, and even a small deviation in timing can reverse the course of events. In nature, the outcome doesn't belong to the stronger one, but to the one who maintains precision at the decisive moment.